is 3:08 in the afternoon, and 'tis the season for joy and holiday celebrations. However, for many, it also is a time filled with concerns about indulging a little too much and gaining a little weight. Registered dietitian Matt Dengler is here to share some tips on how to establish a healthy routine during the holidays. I'll be the first one to admit, I'm that guy. I'm the guy that's like, ooh, maybe I do need some pie. Ooh, let me get some more ham and some turkey. I'm that guy. So it's very hard to kind of balance yourself, but balance is key at the end. What's the best way for people to be mindful when they're eating?
Well, let's just say you're not the only one, right? This is why we exist. And actually the studies show that too. Americans gain around 2 to 4 pounds during the holiday season, which is November 1st to January 1st. Now in comparison, we gain about 2 to 4 pounds as Americans all year. So this is really a big focal point when it comes to weight gain and make sure we're keeping it off the rest of the year. So what we have to do first thing and foremost is portion control. That has got to be the biggest one. And don't get me wrong, I want you to indulge, I want you to have the fun treats and sweets, but we just have to watch how much we're having of those things because it's so easy to eat, it's so easy to overeat because they taste so good.
Right.
So you don't know when to stop.
You really don't. Now, we just had Thanksgiving just a few days ago. And one of the things that I like to do in my house, and a lot of people across the Carolinas and the country really love to do this, they like to wake up before Thanksgiving and do a little turkey trot. How important is it staying active during this holiday season when you know you're going to be eating a lot?
It's huge, huge. Staying active is one of the bigger parts of the whole nutrition world because it does a couple things. We all know we are stressed out during the holidays. We have limited time. So if we can work in some exercise, that's going to do a couple things. Reduce the stress that we might be having.
Sure.
It'll also keep us in a caloric deficit, also boost our metabolism. So we then technically don't actually like to eat larger foods and higher caloric foods when we are working out. So it has many impacts besides just getting out there, moving, because you're supposed to do it.
Sure.
It has a lot of impact.
Well, that's good to know. Look, during the holiday season, too, everybody makes a list for what they're going to buy people because it's the holidays. They plan ahead for that. But how can people plan ahead when it comes to healthy eating habits?
Yeah, especially with this time of the year, having a roadmap is huge. Like going into our holiday parties and things like that, make sure you have a plan, meaning eat before you go, right? Make sure you have a smaller meal, larger snack before you go, because then when you get there, you're less likely to overconsume, have all the appetizers, have all the sweets, because you're not gonna be as hungry, you're not gonna have as much.
That's actually really pre-eat. Before
That's
you
right.
go, pre-eat, then you're good. These next two words are ones that, like I said, a lot of people struggle with, myself included. Indulge strategically. A lot of people forget that second word like myself. I just indulge. But how can you make it easier to indulge strategically during the holidays?
Yeah, so the big one here is, again, knowing what to bring with you when you go to these holiday parties, because you can't control what's there.
Sure.
So if you actually have a strategy in mind going, hey, if I can bring maybe a fruit tray or a veggie tray with you, then you can actually munch on something that's healthy, because if you don't have it there, then you're going to turn to the other high caloric foods. And then other things too would be is alcohol, right? If you indulge, if that's something you want to do, that's fine, but just be really careful, be really mindful with that, because it's so easy to overdo it, and that really does pack a caloric punch, and they're not full of good calories, right? They're empty calories. So it affects our body, and oftentimes if we overdo it there, then tomorrow we're probably not going to get a workout in. We're probably going to do some drive-through eating, and so it just kind of rolls over, and it's almost a domino effect.
Quickly here, about 20 seconds left. Look, I know we're focusing on the holiday season, but why is it so important to start this plan now so that then when we roll into the new year, we have a better sense of everything throughout the year?
Yeah, it's huge. Don't wait till January 1, right? Start now, because A, you're going to be a little bit closer to your goal.
Sure.
You've already built the foundation, and if you can do it now, then you can do it the rest of the year, because this is one of the hardest times of the year to do it.
That is a great point. Look, we all want to have fun. We all want to indulge here and there, but we have to stay healthy. I want to put your information up on the screen so people know how to contact you, your Instagram, your Facebook, and your website as well. Matt, we love it when you stop by because you give great healthy tips. Thank you, my friend, and have a great holiday season.
You too.